Good morning, Dewan. Thank you for joining us today. We'll get started in just one moment. Just gonna let all our candidates come on in, and then I'll give a basic rundown of today's event. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Just to give you a basic rundown, we'll give it a couple more minutes and let all of our other candidates come on in, and then I'll do a roadmap of today's event. But thank you all for joining us here thus far. Just to forewarn you all, also, we do have some upcoming elections related events. Please put on your calendar for tomorrow. We will be hosting our next candidate forum from 9:30 to 10:30, same time via Zoom, where we will have our engineering and computer science group, as well as our candidates for health and human services and natural sciences and mathematics. Following that, though, we will also have our social sciences and interdisciplinary studies group, undeclared candidates, and our graduate candidates as well. And that will all be happening this week. Alrighty, good morning, everyone. I'll just give it one more minute to let all of our other candidates come in. Thank you all again for joining us here today. Just as a general roadmap before we get started, though, we're going to give it one more minute, but for our upcoming candidate forums tomorrow, we also will be hosting another one, which will be with our engineering and computer science group, as well as health and human services and natural sciences and mathematics. Following that, though, we also will have our social sciences and interdisciplinary studies group, our undeclared graduate and our undeclared candidates, as well as our graduate candidates as well. Alrighty, given that it is 9:35, I believe we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you all for joining us here today. My name is Tyler Gartner, and I am the ASI Elections Officer, where I basically assist in our implementation of our annual student government elections. Behind the scenes, we also do have our Associate Director, Arbir Atwal, who will basically be your timekeeper for today's event, which will go up until 10:30. Just for some ground rules before we get started and start talking about the questions. Any question asked by audience will be asked of all candidates for the same position with the same amount of time allotted for each response, which is going to be 1 minute. And no candidates may ask a question of other candidates so that there is no way to give an unfair advantage or disadvantage to the candidates on the panel today. Lastly, following the forum, any statements about ASI that are factually incorrect will be addressed on the ASI website fact check section. And so just a general roadmap of today's event with our formatting for the College Directors of Arts and Letters, Business and Education, we'll be doing a 2-minute opening statement from each candidate, followed by a 1 minute to answer their general question and 1 minute also to answer a positional question. Then we'll provide 10 minutes for audience to ask the questions. Please put those questions in the Q&A section of today's Zoom meeting. Lastly, we'll do a 2-minute area for our closing statements. And I'm going to please ask that all of our candidates please turn on their cameras. And if you are not a candidate or just a general audience member, please remain muted as well as leave your camera off, please. Alrighty, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do a 2-minute opening statement, starting off with our candidate for Arts and Letters Director, Dewan.
Hello, my name is Dewan McCraney. I'm a third-year film major. I came here to Sac State in 2021, and um, my role as the Arts and Letters Director would be to bring visibility to this position, as before being informed by other people about ASI and that these positions have the ability to make some change on campus within my department. I was like, I wonder why I didn't know more about this. So I definitely want to bring visibility to the role so that students can know that they have a voice and have ability to make change on campus. And hopefully I'll be able to help direct that change with a lot of resources and things like that so that we can make sure that students will still come here and complete their degrees. So I think that's like one of my big positions right now, and as well like help build financial stability within our college because I know that is a big like issue, because I know as a film major, when we are trying to do projects outside of our school, we're not exactly supported as we should be because after college, what are we gonna do if we're trying to make it to the professional field and we have like no portfolios and things and such like that? So also with the tuition increase, I hope that there can be more of a variety of scholarships. I know a few of the like a good portion of the arts and letters programs do not have scholarships that are specifically tailored to them. It usually falls under communication studies, and they are not eligible to apply for those myself as well. So those are my big goals for my position.
Thank you for that, Dewan. I appreciate it. Now we will be hearing from our second candidate, Faith.
Hello, my name is Faith Bodak. I am running for Director of Education. I would like to make many changes if I'm granted the role. Starting for ASI does cover so many great, fantastic resources on the campus, but there is a part of the community that ASI could benefit in reaching, which is a large portion of students that do have disabilities. they have the support of the SSWD. However, there's a level of students that need that extra extent of support that I think ASI could definitely provide to the students, meaning expanding the tutoring center, but making it more personal, making it to where instead of students just attending the tutoring center, we can bring the tutoring to the students, because I know a great deal of students are struggling financially, and they're struggling just to stay focused, and have that extra support would just make their journey a little more smoother. And I know that is ASI's greatest goal, is making sure all students are provided the level of support, the opportunities, and the resources. And this would just be another great way. And being granted the position would allow me to provide those that don't have a voice, that may be either scared or unsure on the approach. And I would be a great addition to being a flame that starts that trail for those that need to be informed educationally. And I love and breathe education. There's no level that I wouldn't go to for any student. And to work with a team that provides that support to such a large community would just be beneficial all around. And any diverse culture or walk of an individual can benefit. And I just would like the opportunity to be a part of something that is historic and important.
Thank you, Faith. Thank you. Now that we've gone over and did our general opening statements, let's now do our general questions for each candidate. So starting off again with Dewan, we're going to have you answer the first following question. What motivated you to run for student government? And you have 1 minute to answer.
Okay. What motivated me to run for student government was, again, like finding out that we had a position, Director of Arts and Letters for our college, and not seeing anything like done, not trying to speak ill will of the person in the role now or anything like that. But well, no tangible evidence of any action that I know of was taken, in my opinion. And so I was like, okay, I want to let people know that we have positions like this, we have roles that we can make change in, and I was going to run so that I can help spearhead that change I want to see on campus. Um, I know I've talked to a lot of people within arts and letters, like a diverse portion, and there's a lot of issues that they speak on, but have nowhere to talk direct it or any information on how to change it. So I think that's one of the biggest part of why I'm running, so that I can see the change and help bring about that change people want to see in our college.
Thank you, Dewan. Thank you. Faith, same question is going to go to you, and you have 1 minute to respond. What motivated you to run for student government?
Well, what really motivated me, like I said before, is I want to be able to provide a diverse outlook on the resources. And I know personally myself what challenges can present themselves on the campus. And so I think generally for me, I just, education is just important. And I would just like to provide like more diversity for the students that provide the resources to students, because we are like an inclusive and supportive campus, but providing a different form of direction that is unique and that may open the doors for those for future to want to step in that
5
position.
seconds, Faith. You have 5 seconds, 3 seconds.
For other students to feel like they can run and provide a different opinion, and just diversity.
Maybe. Thank you, Faith. Thank you both again for answering our general question. We'll now provide 1 minute to answer the following positional questions. Specifically for you, Dewan, what methods would you use to get input from students in your college or group? Once again, what methods would you use to get input from students in your college or group?
I think the biggest method would be to like hold forums like this where people know that they can like come and speak on issues here and that they're being heard. So they just aren't like devoid of, oh, I'm just gonna hold it in. I'm not gonna see about change. I'm just gonna, push through. I think forums like that is a big thing, but I also know like accessibility is an issue, like when it comes to like trying to provide for everyone. So I think I would provide like other methods like maybe survey links from the official account if I do become Arts and Letters. Um, Maybe some QR codes posted around campus in mainly the Arts and Letters locations so we can get feedback. Also, forums, as I said. I think those are like the big methods I will use to help like reach
Second.
out. Nah, I'll finish with that. Thank you.
Thank you, Dewan. Faith, the following question goes to you as well, and you have 1 minute to respond. What methods would you use to get input from the students in your college or group?
Well, there'd be many. I would definitely use social media as a platform to get input and not only just receive input, but use it as a form of resource and connection. I would also use the campus in terms of like social gatherings, forums like this meeting on social media and Zoom platforms, because I know some students struggle to get to the campus, but making random gatherings, events, and just advertising it and assuring people personally in person and as well as in personally.
Alrighty, thank you, Faith, and thank you, Dewan, for answering our positional and general question. Now that those are all the questions that I have posed for y'all today, well, we'll give a couple minutes for the audience to ask questions in the Q&A section of today's meeting. Once again, please put the questions in the Q&A section, and we'll give it a couple more minutes for that to come through. While everyone is typing in their questions, hopefully, just to give y'all a heads up, we will be hosting our elections kickoff events on April 10th and 11th. The first event will be happening in the lawn where the theater is next to Capistrano Hall from 11 to 1 p.m. We'll be providing food, a photo booth, and other snacks for you to enjoy. And also you will have a time to connect with other candidates if you haven't done so already and ask them any last minute questions. And don't forget too, we do have our Cash for Clubs initiative that will be happening at the end of the ballot. For each vote, you're able to allocate $5 to a club or organization of your choosing. And that they're depending on where they rank within the top 5, they can win $500 plus on top of the additional money from the votes that's already been collected. And those results will be live and updated updated every hour basically on our ASI website. So you'll be able to keep track of your club and where they rank within the top 5 different organizations. Alrighty, seeing that we do have one question, you will all have one answer to respond. Starting off with Dewan, though, it's going to come from our executive director, Sandra. What is one tangible goal you would like to accomplish during your 1-year term at ASI? Once again, what is one tangible goal that you would like to accomplish during your 1-year term at ASI? And you have 1 minute to respond.
Okay. I would hope to achieve all my goals, but I think main focus, I guess two would be one, bringing visibility to the role, as I said, so people know that there's a position that they can have effect change on campus for our college, and hopefully for the future that we'll have not campaign, candidates running. Because I know last year it was vacant and it was filled later. So I think definitely visibility to this role, and then providing more financial opportunities for students in this role within their major, like in the work field for our major, like in our majors, like arts and letters, things like that. Like Hellenic studies, I know there's one, and I'm not even I know a minute, but yeah. So basically, I want to bring more financial assistance to people within our field so we have experience after college. So people be able to complete their with yeah, I'm good.
Thank you, Joanne. Faith, the same question goes to you as well, and you have 1 minute to respond. What is one tangible goal you would like to accomplish during your 1-year term at ASI?
Well, my one goal is to reactivate the note-taking program, but integrate it with the tutoring center where students would not only just get the opportunity to get the extra assistance, they will be able to have that assistance even provided directly to them within the courses. So, because I know students struggle within the classroom themselves beyond just students with disabilities. So I want to broaden that program and provided resources in a way where students are being compensated, as well as students receiving and building relationships, as well as getting support.
Thank you, Faith.
Yeah.
And for our last question, unless we do get somewhere in the Q&A section of today's chat, please provide any more questions. If you do have any, Dewan, for you first, when you have 1 minute to respond again, tell us something you do for fun in Sacramento.
Mainly what I do in Sacramento, I really just hang out with my friends, go to the mall, um, places like Barnes and Noble, that too, go out to eat, the movie theaters. The big one is roller skating. I love to roller skate, so that's one of the things I like to do. But pretty much that, honestly, just a good drive around with my friends, listen to music is what I do, or hang out around here at Wexler and stuff.
Nice. It is. I'm happy you're enjoying your time in the community. Faith, I will ask you the same question as well. Tell us something you do for fun in Sacramento.
Well, I like to go to restaurants, and I also am right now really stuck on the rock climbing wall at Sac State. So that's really been something I've been doing a lot, pretty fun. But just spending time with friends and family, that's a biggie for me.
Alrighty, thank you both for answering our question. Given that does not look like we have any other following questions, we're gonna move on over into our closing statements. You will both have 2 minutes to provide a closing statement or last remarks. And then we're gonna start again with you, Dewan.
I think I'll use this time to like touch on things I forgot to my other questions, but again, visibility for the role, providing financial opportunities for students within our major college so that we are prepared for after college as well. Um, uh, this is gonna be my first time in ASI, so I have some high expectations, I guess you could say. So I hope I am able to do the job well, and hopefully that everyone in my college trusts me to do the job well. And for the students, I hope to be as transparent as I can with everything that I do, so that everyone knows that I'm for the students, and like it's like I'm basically them, just in a position that can help bring about change. So that's my.
Thank you, Dewan. And Faith, you have 2 minutes to do a closing remarks as well.
Well, I am excited to even be in this position. And if I'm fully granted the opportunity to be the director of education, I can guarantee you that I will stay determined and focused in providing any resources, any answers, any advice that I can to any students or colleagues that need it, while also just staying focused and supporting all of those that really, really want to share the same dream as me, which is being there for people that need it, supporting those that need it, and at most all, just staying connected and helping each other grow. Because believe it or not, without education, we wouldn't be here today. So I'm just hoping to get that position so that I can expand on that and provide diversity among students in higher positions and just show everyone that they can do it no matter what.
Very well said, Faith. Very well said. So given that that is all for today's segment, I appreciate you all for coming today. And please join us again tomorrow from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. We'll be doing the same format essentially with our engineering, computer science folks, as well as our candidates for health and human services and natural sciences and mathematics. Lastly, please, please, please do not forget to encourage other folks, including yourselves, to vote on April 10th and 11th. With that being said, have a nice day, everyone, and thank you again for joining us here.
Bye, Tyler. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a great day,
Bye.
everyone.